Now I start recording again, and I'm not sure if I recorded anything previously, but what I did, I just introduced myself as having somebody facing some sort of personal life issues, most likely due to midlife crisis, if there is such a thing exists, or burnout. And I just thought I made a little research of how and what kind of help I can seek for, but I couldn't really find anything. So I just I made a decision. I started a little project to find out if it's a viable plan to go and try to help myself and parallel with that try others with the same issues. I do not know too much about the topic, but I just decided to record what I'm trying to do. And this is the very first thing, the very first video which I'm creating. And I also shared that the only step I made prior to this is setting up this little Chrome extension for this amazing screen recorder, what it's called. And based on this record, based on using that, I am trying to actually set up a diary of my activity, how I achieve, or in worst case scenario, how I fail with my plan. And what I did so far, which I just needed to realize wasn't recorded, that I set up a goal in a Google document, which is helping people who are facing midlife crisis and burnout, which I know it's really vague at the moment, but I need to start it somewhere. And I just said I want to follow the Prince2 project management methodology, mainly because I know that, but obviously a highly tailored and simplified version of that one. And as a first step, uh, I just added the startup steps, establishing this as a project and checking if it's viable or not. So this is the very first thing. And along the way, I need to have some sort of visual tool to carry on with that one, mostly because my brain works visually mainly. And therefore, I started to make a search of what sort of mind mapping or graph creating tools I can find which works with Google Drive. And I use Microsoft Bing or whatever it's called chat mainly to test it out, and it came up with these features and options. And now I am in the process to actually check one, which is called Draw.io, which is free, and I like it as a start. And now you can follow me on this journey further. Save diagrams too. Yes, this is what I need. Authorize. Let's see if it works. So I go back to Google Drive, maybe I refresh it, and from here, ideally, I have this. How great! So I have these options here, diagram name, midlife, project. Basic flowcharts. Okay, let's go for the basic. and blank just to test it out. So I create it now. Okay, it looks like a flowchart tool. So let's lay down this project. The very first startup phases. So what do I need to do? What is the goal? So when I say the goal, let's start with the main goal, helping midlife crisis. From here, can I add a new one? Oh, great. The preconception would be is, don't know, connecting to a charity, creating a group, or creating a new charity. Okay, let's be ambitious. Let's create a new charity. Okay, so that's the second thing I want to do. And also, I just can I add any element just for text? Heading text. Oh, how great! So let's take down a few cornerstones that I want to follow or accept. So the first thing is for the whole thing, I want to be transparent with that one. Why do I want to be transparent? Probably I want to be transparent because I want to make sure I actually complete this project and not just a good idea which I will forget about. So let's start it, and actually leaving this project uncompleted is a risk. Let's collect the risks. These are the risks, and I already have one risk, which is not completed the project due low motivation or change focus. Okay, so that's a risk. So how to mitigate this risk is, as I read it somewhere, if I announce what I'm doing to so many people, that will help me to actually do the thing. So sharing the journey with many people. Okay, and how I can share this journey is first I record what I'm doing, announce, first of all, announce, and then share the progress, right? How can I do it? Okay, I'm learning this too. Sharing the progress. Okay, so this I should have figured out what I want to do. Wow, what is it doing? Oh, okay. Sharing the progress. How can I share the progress and how can I announce it? Okay, sharing the progress is recording what I am doing. Yeah. Can I add a new element to this? This is the same. Okay. There are some constraints of Zoom. So recording and sharing. What I'm doing. I do promise I will learn what is the most effective way to use this. What is it? What is it? This tool. Sharing what I'm doing. Okay, so recording. I already had this in my mind, so I did that. The screen recorder, and I need to find out how to share it. Okay, so creating a new charity. So go back to the original plan. So the first is startup. Let's see, the first element of is any constraints. Yes, there are constraints. So let's lay down a few things that I want to be follow. The first thing is I have a job. I have 4 children. I work a lot and I don't have that much time. So let's say this whole project cannot take longer than half an hour a day. Can I do that? Let's try. Max an hour a day of my time. So let's say I'm sacrificing for this project my lunch break, and it's going to be my lunch break. So that's one constraint I have. Okay, what else? So it's resources wise. So my time is set money. So how can I add a new? Can I add it like this? Yes, I can add it like this. Okay, the second is money. So obviously it's going to be a charity, but at the moment it doesn't have any income. So I need to finance it. How much I can finance it, I don't know, but let's start is cost is maximum of £100. Okay, I need to discuss it with my wife, but let's start with this as a thing. So I have constraints. What do I need? The next step I need to do is setting up some sort of business case. I'm struggling with this, to be honest. Okay, so business case. What do I need to check for the business case at the startup phase? I will use the bottom arrow. It works better. So, is there anything like that already on the market? Is there existing same solution on market? Okay, so that's one thing I need to do. And I also got to the conclusion, because I have the promise to myself I'm not using more than half an hour. Next time I need to set up a stopwatch somewhere to see how long I'm working on this one. As the existing same solution, and the second is I need to identify the resources, right? Resources for what? For the goals. Okay, so before I start working on the goals, one more thing. I'm looking at and I'm doing this whole video and share the video thing, that most likely it will take lots of time and energy. So as I'm just putting this together, I'm thinking about maybe I could hit two birds with one stone, because I have another idea, which is, sorry, I just got disturbed with this funky feature here. I didn't like it. Let's change the film. Yeah, beautiful. So I have another idea, another issue which I'm facing as my normal working on different projects and doing my normal workings, is because of the new technology and because of all the possibilities of improving the productivity of a company, um, making those changes, it's much easier, no, much viable for a bigger organization than a small and medium-sized organization. And because of that, the gap between the small and mid-sized organizations' productivity and the big ones are getting bigger and bigger, and therefore those small companies are less and less like competitive on the market. So it's not really like a well thought idea about that one, but that's another thing which I want to work on, is how to use all these automation tools and how to organize the company in a more efficient way to be more competitive on the market for small businesses. So I don't know too much about this thing, but if I'm looking at this project as a new business, and if I focus on being really efficient and productive and innovative with using new technologies, AI, automations, and everything else, maybe I can help these companies, these small and medium-sized companies. So let's just add it as a side project, which is what is it? So that's helping SMEs to be more competitive. Against the big companies or something like that. I will work this on idea. That is something, and on that base, creating some sort of solution or organization to help them. Okay, so that's some sort of side project here, which is actually coming from the fact of recording and sharing what I am doing. Oh, I thought it was easier to put it together. Okay, so this is coming from this idea, and it's just a side idea. I do it different. Oh, beautiful. And I need to work on that one. So therefore, there is another constraint, which is I need to deal with this new charity organization creation as a sample for SMEs. Sample experiment. Okay, I'm quite sure there is a better way to connect these squares. Okay, and this. Okay, can I change this? The line color will be something, don't know, purple. And oh no, it's just beautiful. So this thing is connected to that thing. It's a bit hectic now, but at least I'm laying down what it's required. So before I go any further, let me double check if there is anything quite the same or there is an already existing solution on the market. So for that one, as as I'm having this in mind, so let's say I want to do everything, want to try at least. That's another thing. It's not really a constraint, but let me just put it here. So how to help the productivity of these companies doing everything on a repeatable, automatable way. Okay, can I spell? Let's spell checker here. Great. Not reputable, but repeatable. Okay, another thing that makes. No, this is just really a brainstorming, not really a business case. But before I go deeper, let's check this one. So I will use this Bing thing first of all, and you can see my previous thing when I find this uh, graph making tools, a new topic. Uh, Find me charity organizations helping people facing midlife crisis in the UK. Let's see what it finds. And maybe I stop this project right here if there is anything significant here. Mind. Network of local mental health charities for direct people facing homeless. So this one is not for me. What this mind is doing. We provide support and empower anyone experiencing mental health problem. Wow, it's quite vague. Nothing doesn't say anything about midlife crisis, burning out, anything like that. So by just a quick search, it seems the business idea is still viable. But let's do it and search in the US. Oh, sorry, find me. Can I copy it? I'm not really an experienced user of this. So in the US, but we will learn it together. Oh, here it goes. Okay, so there are some, but not in the UK. So at least I'm going to have samples. That's good. So can I save it somehow? So if I go back to the business case and just add this here, just go US US competitor, but it's not really for that. And I just copy it here. Oh, it's not a good way of that one. So let's try out something else. So let's put this the business plan together in a different way. The Google slide, and I just start collecting. Start collecting things for now. Okay. How do I do it? So let's insert a text box and insert it here. Okay. So what I found is nothing. I just delete it from here and say so we are starting from here, and I think I already at the end of the half an hour. So the next steps are coming tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye bye bye.